Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the Can't Stop Talking podcast. Happy Monday. I literally never record episodes on a Monday, but I am so excited for this episode. And I'm actually recording 2 more episodes this week with my clients from the membership to tell their success stories from them so you guys can just be so freaking motivated for the end of this year and manifest all your income goals, sales, clients, everything that you want. So I'm so excited for today's episode because if you've been posting daily, you know your ideal client, you've taken courses, you've joined, mastermind or hired coaches and your messaging is on point, you're selling on your stories, but your income just isn't moving, but you are so excited to make thousands of more dollars by the holidays so you can get your family and your friends the most amazing gifts. This episode is for you. I have a hilarious manifesting story before we start. I had decided yesterday that I really wanted to manifest a free Starbucks. So I went on my manifesting walk. I'm listening to the affirmation tapes from the membership and the self-talk riffs, and I'm in a high vibe, and I pull up my app and I go to buy my Starbucks and I don't have enough points for it to be free. So I'm like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna get it. I buy the Starbucks, I get to the Starbucks and I'm like, where's my drink? And I show them the app and I'm like, here, I paid for my Starbucks. And they're like, that is actually the Starbucks that's 10 minutes away. And I had walked there. So I would have had to walk home, get in my car, and then go pick up my Starbucks. And they were like, you know what? We're going to make you a free Starbucks. Like, do not even worry about it. And so I did end up getting my free Starbucks, just not in the way that I had planned. And so the universe, you never know the how, but it is always working and conspiring in your favor, but I just thought that was freaking hilarious. The other thing I want to say to you guys, especially because I have this platform, is I will be voting today. So please, please exercise your right to vote. And I will be voting for my rights. I did really extensive research on this whole entire campaign. I watched tons and tons of videos and I made sure I was picking the candidate that was right for me, and that is the candidate that supports my rights. It's okay if you have other views, but I really want you guys to make your own research. I am a woman in business, and the person that I am voting for, is for women, and she is for business owners and small business owners, and she really stands for a majority of the things that I truly believe in. And it would be a disservice if I didn't talk about this with this platform. And so regardless, I just want you guys to vote. There's 3 ways to vote. Make sure that you go online and see, what's the easiest way to vote where you live. For me, I am just using the ballot that they sent to me and resending it. You don't even need a postage. You can vote early. I suggest that since the lines get crazy, or you can vote on election day. But just make sure you exercise your right to vote, because although you might be not a political person, politics are about you and your life. So really exercise that right to vote. And I just want to say that. So I love you guys. And I want you to know, if you're not sure if you can vote, like if you're not sure that you're registered, it's really easy. Go online, search it up. I always need to be told that something's easy to do it. And I'm telling you, voting is so easy. Figuring out that you're registered is easy. And you can usually still register in a lot of places. So that's all I want to say about that. Now let's get into the episode. And this episode is going to be about how my client made an extra $3,000 in 1 month of joining the membership without changing her strategy. And this is how. I'm going to teach you exactly how she did it. I had her fill out one of the success forms. She was so kind to do that so I can directly read it to you guys so you can understand exactly how she was able to join the membership and manifest this money. And she didn't even change anything. So she literally wrote, I love to read you guys, in the membership, and she said, celebrating a massive win, made $3,000 plus more than usual this month. And the only thing that has changed is that I'm taking the inner work so seriously. This is my birthday month, the same month I started my business 1 year ago. And it feels like such a turning point, electrifying. So I just want to say happy birthday to that client. Thank you so much. And I've been loving doing these episodes, and I'm so happy that these are resonating with you, because someone joined the membership over the weekend and she said, I'm super excited to join this community. I listened to one of Sam's podcast episodes and I was like, I have to join. And if you guys want to know, the podcast episodes were how isn't your job and that you don't need proof that your manifestation is coming in. So listen to those after this if you'd like. So let's get right freaking in. I'll stop rambling. So what the questions are, how long have you been in the membership? This client said that she was in the membership for a month. What did you manifest? $3,000 extra this month and numerous clients out of thin air. I love this because so many people are always like, all right, but where are the clients going to come from? It's not your job, right? It's not your job to know how the clients are going to come in. Your job is to get into the energy of the clients already here and then take aligned action from that place. But you don't have to know where they're coming from. I've had so many clients who I've never spoken to in my goddamn life message me and be like I just said, I never spoke to that client who messaged me and was like, I listened to your podcast and I immediately joined the membership. Never. Until this week, right? And so you do not have to know the how. You just have to get into the energy of they're already here and then take aligned action from there. So I said, did you 100% believe in your manifestation or that it was possible for you? And she said, deep down, yes, but there was definitely resistance in my logical brain that I had to push through. So remember, you guys, you don't have to 100% believe that your manifestation is coming through. And that's what all my clients say when they do manifest what they want. I said, did you have limiting beliefs? She said, yes, I'm still working through many of them. You don't have to be perfect. Remember, you just have to be consistent with your routine. And I think that's so exciting. I said, did you see changes in your reality before your manifestation came in? Honestly, she wrote, honestly, not really. I was kind of just going about life as usual, sticking to my normal routine plus strategy with the addition of more inner work. And I think that's really interesting too, you guys, that a lot of people think that they need to see all these changes in their reality. Like we said, listen to the episode that you don't need proof that your manifestation is coming in. A lot of the times you're just manifesting for a month or, 3 months. And then all at once, your reality completely changes. Just like my parents' personal trainer who did the techniques in the membership, and she didn't see anything happening for 3 months. And then literally 3 months in, she met her soulmate. She hit 10K months and she doubled her sales. So do not worry if it looks like nothing's working. Just keep going. How did your manifestation come through? Was it the way you thought it was going to happen? She said it came through as numerous women reaching out to me in a single week via DM. Several of which I never spoken to before and had no idea they were interested in working with me. I would say, yes, this is mostly consistent with what I expected. And I also love this, you guys, because she doesn't do cold DMs. Like, this really came so naturally through her content and obviously her believing that they were going to come in. I said, did you take inspired action? She said, I would say yes. I think I continued to do the same things, except there was more belief and energy behind them consistent with my desires. So she really was doing the same strategy. She was just backing the strategy up with the energy of this is working. And that's what I tell you guys always to do. If you're doing all the strategy, like I said, if you're posting, if you're going on your stories, if you know your ideal client, if you've done your messaging, but you feel like nothing's working, you're doing the same strategy as Becky, but she's taking off and you're like, what the hell is going on? But you know that you're made for more. You know that you know what you're doing. That is because you need to back the strategy up with the energy of this is freaking working, right? If you go on your stories and you post and you're like, who's going to buy? No one's going to buy. Your reality is a direct reflection of what's happening in your mind. If you go on your stories and you're like, this is the best freaking thing ever, like people need to be in this. If you're not in this, you're crazy. That's a different energy. People are going to buy. When you back the strategy up with the belief, that's how the strategy starts working. It's like if you, try to drive a car that has no gas in it, it's not going to work. The gas is the energy. When you fill up your gas, you have a full tank, you can literally go anywhere and the strategy works so well. That's what I'm talking about. So I said, how frequently were you using the techniques in the membership every day? Were you consistent or was it messy action? She said daily. Yes, pretty consistent, but I did forget things at times, so it wasn't 100%. For example, some days I'd only say my manifestations once, or I'd forget to do a meditation. Every day I use the techniques from the membership one way or the other. So I love this because I always say this, messy action is how you get results. Like you guys know, have raging ADHD. Like, I do not do the same thing every single morning. I basically change up my routine every month, and that's why I love the membership so much, because there's so many different techniques to choose from to really get you into the vibe and to have fun with it. So you can go in and look at it like a candy shop, like a candy store, and be like, oh my God, what technique am I going to choose today, and feel really good going about my day. And so the most important thing she said is she didn't do the same thing every day, but she was consistent with at least doing one thing. It's just like going to the gym, right? As long as you still do a 10 to 15 minute workout a day, or you just go for a walk, you're still getting closer to your goals. It's just about, you don't have to go fully to the gym and do an hour workout every day. It's just about being consistent with what you're doing, and that consistency adds up. And that's the best part. You do not have to be perfect. That's why I made the membership, so you can go in there and be yourself and still manifest loads of money. So, how did you incorporate this work into your life on a daily basis? What does your manifestation routine look like? Any tips, tricks, or recommendations for getting the most out of it or personalizing it? She said, I do everything in the morning. So I will listen to affirmations/meditations upon waking, either while making breakfast or while eating breakfast. You guys know I love to have it stacked. During my morning walk, or whenever I have a chance during the day. I also like to listen to affirmations in the car while driving places, and sometimes I'll do a meditation in the evening as a part of my wind down routine. So you guys, the best part about the membership is that you can do it whenever. You can be a busy mom, right? You can have the busiest schedule, but you can literally be habit stacking. If you're in the car, you can put them on while you're driving somewhere, right? Like, they're already done for you. And the biggest reason why people don't see results with manifesting is because they consume a bunch of information, but they don't actually do the techniques. They don't actually manifest, right? And so my membership is all about implementation. Obviously, I teach you the why and the how and the A to Z and the step by step, but it's really about implementing it, and it makes it easy for you to implement it. So as you can see, she wasn't adding more time to her routine. She really was incorporating it with her routine. That's my favorite part. What technique or techniques are your favorite? She said, that's so hard. I love them all. Honestly, I think what made the biggest difference was doing that shadow work and confronting my limiting beliefs, working through them, still working on this. Then I love scripting, affirmations, and meditations to complement that. And then I said, any tips or advice for your past self or anyone who's trying to manifest something? She said, as challenging as it can be, lean into the universe and have faith that it is working. It is happening. It is unraveling for you, even if you can't see it right now. Keep believing, and you'll be amazed when everything comes to fruition when it's supposed to. And then last question, I said, anything that shocked you about the process? She said, I'm always shocked by how quickly things change when you do the subconscious rewiring. Like, my logical mind does not want to believe it's possible for it to be so effective. Ha ha ha. But literally every time I switch my focus to that without changing my strategy at all, I see results within the same week. Oh my God, I think that last line is just so powerful that, like, I tell you guys this all the time. We're constantly forgetting, and we're pushing, and we're trying to do more in order to make more money. And if you instead realize that you're trying to do more, and that's coming from an energy of lack, and took a step back and instead shifted your energy, did the inner work, then what you're already doing would work so much better. And we all need that wake-up call. I've needed that wake-up call many times in my career. And so I'm just so proud of this client. She jumped right in. She was consistent with the techniques. She did it daily. She's an action taker. She invests in herself, and that is why she got the results that she got in a month of joining. And I want you guys to know, I'm always honest. It could take a month, it could take 3 months, it could take longer than 3 months, but it is always working, right? And so I love you guys so much. I hope this really freaking inspired you. If you want to join the membership, the link is below. And just know that you could be making so much more money doing the same thing that you're doing if you just infuse that strategy. And I know you're ready. I know you're, on the brink of success. I know that you're just missing this one little piece. And I'm here to tell you that this is it. You are amazing. You are good enough. You are worthy yesterday, you're worthy today, and you're worthy tomorrow. All you need to do is do the inner work to realize that. And the clients will literally come out of thin air. It's incredible. I'm amazing. I wish I could shout it to the freaking rooftops. So I love you so, so much. You deserve the freaking world. And if you liked this episode, please rate, subscribe. If it's subscribe, I don't think that's YouTube. Please like it, give a review, message me on Instagram. I love talking to you guys, and I just hope you have the best Monday in the whole world ever.